and welcome back to Tells. Hello, Andrew Nimi.
Hello.
My name is Busi, in case you didn't know. And this is the Tells podcast on poker and love.
Nice official opening delivery.
You got a write-up in a poker something about your return to the belt. Thank you for sharing that article that I did not read.
You're welcome.
Tell us about your return to the belt.
What do you want to know?
Let's just get right into it.
Let's just get right into it, shall we?
Poker and love.
Okay. What do you want to know? What can I tell you?
Were you nervous as you walked into the Bellagio for your first poker session since March of 2020? Was your heart racing?
I don't know. I didn't check my heart monitor, but I would say I was probably slightly nervous, but also excited. So that's kind of cool because I've been doing this poker thing for a long time. So to have like a big mix of emotions to go play a typical cash game session is kind of cool.
What game did you play?
5-10, no limit, Texas Hold'em.
Yeah. And how was your...
2 cards in your hand, 5 on the board. Make the best 5-card poker hand.
And what was your experience like? I mean, we saw the outcome of your experience, so you don't need to tell us about that.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your experience like? How did you feel about the plexiglass?
I guess I feel fine about it generally. Like, it's definitely kind of weird seeing it and having a bunch of dividers up at the poker table. It's, it's definitely a different look, but personally, I guess I don't really feel that strongly about it. Like, I don't think that I'm definitely not like Mr. Big Personality at the poker table, like putting on a show and everyone needs to hear me and I need to like engage every single person. If somebody is trying to start a conversation with me, then I'm happy to engage that person back. But I'm usually not like the one to, like I said, like strike up a conversation with every single person. Like at the other side of the table, I don't need to make sure they hear me, they hear my voice and hear what I have to say. So it definitely like inhibits that sort of a thing to some degree. And if there is conversation to be had, sometimes you kind of have to like lean around the plexiglass, which probably defeats the purpose of the entire thing. But it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, I'm there to like play some cards, grind it out, Of course, like the worry is that will it sort of like decrease the fun and social experience for less serious players? But I think like people are going to want to play cards and they're going to want to gamble and see some flops. And I think they're going to be able to do that in this environment anyway.
How often do they clean the plexiglass? Is it before every time somebody sits down?
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as someone gets up, before the next person takes their seat, they'll have a floor person or what they call a brush person wipe it down, sanitize both the rail and the sides of the plexiglass where that person was sitting. So you get a nice fresh plexiglass encased seat when you sit down.
Yeah, I was wondering if you can see the cards clearly through the glass.
Yeah, the cards, all that stuff seems like it's no problem. It is a little bit tough sometimes seeing chip stacks. Like if I'm sitting here and someone is like 2 seats on my right, kind of have to like navigate your viewing around the folds of the glass. So that can get slightly awkward, but it's definitely better than nothing, I think.
And it's 6-handed now versus what, 8 or 9?
At the moment, at the moment all the games are 6-handed, but I just saw somebody sent me a post from the Bellagio saying they're going to move some tables to 8-handed, I think starting either next week or in a couple of weeks. So you'll have a choice, I think, between like some 6-handed tables or 8-handed tables.
Who's going to choose an 8-handed table and why?
There's definitely some people that prefer to just knit it up and wait for the strongest of hands and not have to go through the blinds as often because they don't steal the blinds as often as some other players do. So if there's more players at the table, that allows them to be more patient and go through the blinds less often while waiting for the goods.
Got it. I mean, I always thought it was quite tight at a poker table.
It is.
So I don't know.
I wish 6-handed was just everybody agreed.
The norm.
Yeah. I wish it was just, the norm, and just do away with the cramped, crowded 9-handed tables. It seems like that's not coming back for a while at least. So they removed one player officially. I mean, I don't know if they'll eventually go back to the 9, but I would prefer to just have the elbow room and the leg room forever.
Leg room forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so then you went off to the Bellagio. Was it the next day? You were so excited about your first poker session back that you had to get another one in.
Mm-hmm. I'm still excited.
Was it a day later or 2 days later?
2 days, I think. Went to the Wynn. Plus, like, the Wynn they just do such a good job there that now that they've officially reopened, you want to go support, show some love.
You've always been a Wynn stan. Is that the term?
Yeah. For the Wynn.
Yeah.
Love for the Wynn. So went over there and played some pot limit Omaha. And Joey Ingram sent me a text message earlier in that day saying, "Are you going to go to the Wynn tonight?" I was like, "I guess we have to. They're back. We got to show some love and support for the Wynn."
Was that the first day they were back that you went?
Mm-hmm.
Total Wynn stan. They should pay you some money for all this
should actually. Now that you
promotion.
mention it, they should pay us a little something.
Wynn, if you're listening, pay this man some money. He loves the Wynn.
Yes, indeed. How do you feel about me returning to the live poker scene?
I don't have,
You have no
any
feelings
strong
whatsoever.
feelings one way or another.
You don't care what I do.
That's not true.
Do you find it concerning at all?
No, because you overly sanitize your hands anyway.
I do.
Just 3 times walking out the building.
Yes.
Press the elevator button, sanitize your hand. Press the elevator button inside, sanitize your hand. Open the door, sanitize your hand. Get in the car, sanitize your hand.
My hand.
Your one hand.
Weird.
But so I don't think I'm too concerned. I think you are. I never pictured you a germaphobe.
Right.
But
it is possible that I'll slip up and like touch my face, or maybe it'll be airborne and I'll like walk through a cloud of COVID or something, and
walk through a cloud of COVID.
Yeah. Well, surely I'm like at some however small increased risk by going to play live poker rather than just
staying home,
quarantining, grinding online, bothering you all day.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all at risk, right? So if you go to the grocery store, like there's no way to not go out completely. Sure, you can limit the amount of time that you do go out. I don't know. I think we're all just gambling, We've been gambling all this life, so we
you're
just
not gonna
continue gambling.
You're not going to go and leave a comment under my video and be like, "You really shouldn't be doing that, Andrew."
I'm not. I cannot speak for anybody or make decisions for anyone.
Well, this affects you, though.
Potentially, but what am I supposed to do?
I mean, if I get sick, you're going to get sick.
But what am I supposed to do? Police you and tell you do not go out?
You could. You have a voice.
I don't see the point of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to make the decision for yourself, and it's going to be, I don't think there's a decision that doesn't have some sort of cognitive dissonance. Every decision is going to be a little bit contradictory to maybe what you believe or what you should do or shouldn't do. And then you just sort of weigh the benefits and the whatever risks that you perceive, and then you go on in your life.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you're going to do it.
Well, I could just
sit at home.
Yeah, just keep waiting it out until we get a vaccine, and then inject my veins, my bloodstream, with the disease, but only a safe portion of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how it really works, to be honest, but that's what I could do.
that definitely is what you could do. And like I said, I'm never going to make a final call one way or another, be like, you should do this, because nobody has all the information. And, up to you.
Okay.
So,
Gotta go.
gotta go play some poker.
Gotta go to the Bellagio. Bye.
Another reason we went to the Wynn this week was I hadn't been to the Wynn in, I don't know, a year, 10 months.
Yeah.
And our favorite postal worker was retiring this week. So she had mentioned that she had some feet issues since they'd moved from a building to a trailer because the building was getting renovated. And so I thought, oh, well, that would be nice to get a foot massage, maybe soon, maybe later, whenever she felt like it. And so we went and got a gift card from the Wynn. Then we went to the Walgreens to get a happy retirement card.
Yes.
And it was very disturbing to not find a happy retirement card.
That's right.
What is your theory on why there are no more retirement cards? Because if you are over 25, you bought Hallmark cards and you had seen happy retirement or congratulations
Sure.
on your retirement.
Indeed.
So, Andrew,
Yes.
what is your theory on why there are no happy retirement cards?
Society is fucked.
Just that deep, one time.
That's right. That's right.
How so?
We're totally screwed.
How so?
Well, surely they would have items that would be in high demand that would be selling if they were actually selling, meaning they would have the cards if people wanted them.
So people don't want the cards? Do you think those people are just jealous because they are not retiring?
No, that wasn't my thought.
Or people are just not retiring and therefore
Yes.
the demand for
The card,
the card.
the happy retirement card.
Yeah, there was no happy retirement card.
Disturbing, is it not?
If our theory is in fact correct.
Which it must be.
It must be. This is the only one.
It must be. Yeah, I mean, we should email Walmart and ask them, or not Walmart, Walgreens, and ask Walgreens, what's the purpose? What's the reasoning for not having more happy retirement cards? But yeah, I mean,
Shouldn't we be asking Hallmark?
Hallmark,
The creators of the cards?
well, I would imagine that Walgreens, is that where it was?
Yep.
Walgreens can pick and choose which items they want to buy from Hallmark. They don't have to buy the whole Hallmark catalog, do they?
I guess.
But yeah, I think it's probably true. I think it's probably due to the fact that less people are retiring these days, and they're just going to have to work till they die.
That's very morbid.
Is that your theory as well?
That was my initial thought. I thought, well,
I mean, maybe not everybody, but maybe it's the numbers are down.
I know, but you don't even hear people talk about retirement. I was actually taken aback when Sandra was like, oh, I'm retiring after 30 and a half years at the post office.
I mean, granted, our sample size of searching for the card is one store.
Sure. That is a very low sample.
And there is some chance that maybe like that store location is one where like not a lot of people are retiring from while living in that neighborhood. Who knows?
Okay, so we'll have
We
to
haven't done our research. We need you guys to let us know.
Have you seen happy retirement cards at your local pharmacy?
Mm-hmm.
We should probably go to Summerlin, Sun City,
Yes,
Summerlin.
that's what I'm talking about.
Specifically to see if there are some happy retirement cards.
To see whether or not society is fucked.
So what card did we get eventually? Thank you.
I think so. Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Sandra. Thank you for your service. What else do you have to say for yourself?
I'm not sure.
So you're just going to leave people, society's fucked. Thank you. Goodbye.
I don't know. Maybe. You want to talk about what we did
When?
yesterday?
No, actually, before we talk about what we did yesterday, even though Andrew thinks society is fucked, I think that it's not completely fucked. So
Okay.
if you live in Las Vegas, there is an organization called UMOC, United Movement of Kindness. It works with groups that are trying to make, Clark County and the desert better. So one of the initiatives is a town fridge. Had you ever heard of a town fridge before?
I have not. A town fridge.
So they set up these refrigerators that you can go and donate food, water, and it's available for anyone. So whether you, lost your job, just don't have enough food, you can go to this town fridge and grab what you need, or you can help replenish the fridge. And I love the fact that there's no barrier, to getting stuff to people. Because usually if you, go through an organization or you have to donate it to some place, you don't know where it ends up.
Yeah. So this is literally a refrigerator on the side of the road that is operational, that you can leave whatever you want in the fridge, basically whatever you want. I mean, there's a list of recommended.
Yeah, well, I mean, food that you would eat. You don't want to be putting food in there that you're not going to eat, that you wouldn't eat yourself.
Yeah. And then whoever needs food that day can swing by the fridge and take what they need. Simple.
Yeah. So there's one on Sweeney in Las Vegas. It is on 1041 Sweeney Avenue. That is one of the fridges that is open. There's also one on Main Street, which the city decided to close because society's fucked. But there is still one on Sweeney. So if you are in Las Vegas and are going on your weekly grocery run, grab some
Water.
perishables, grab some bread, grab some fruit and veg, and you can donate it to the fridge. Mm-hmm. So that is a positive. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we need to really, at this time especially, think about the good in the world.
Pretty cool idea. Like you said, it's so simple and accessible, and no red tape.
Yeah, there's no you have to fill in these 50 pieces of paperwork in order to qualify to get bread out of a refrigerator. Mm-hmm. If you need it, you just go and get it. So check out UMOC. There's also a Food Not Bombs Las Vegas initiative where they are building shelter for the houseless community in Las Vegas. So yeah, that's where my focus is on, because if you really look at how fucked society is, as Andrew would say, then we got problems. We got some problems.
Yes. But one fridge at a time, we will unfuck this society.
What did you get up to last night, Andrew Nimi?
Last night. Yesterday.
Last night.
Yesterday evening. A new thing in Las Vegas is here. I don't know what it is exactly. What is it?
Area 15. So it's a play on Area 51, right? It's supposed to be this out of this world experience. Uh-huh. First impression.
First impression is it's not fully open yet. It's partially open. They're just getting started. You ain't seen nothing yet. Kind of literally.
That's what they said.
So anyway, it's like kind of like a big, like mashup of like art pieces and audiovisual experiences and a bar and a restaurant. And so anyway, it's pretty cool. Like, something different is always fun. Like, we went into this giant room where they did this like projection thing all around like the four walls in this huge room. It's interesting, you know. It's kind of cool, kind of okay. So there's like, it seems like there's a bunch of different experiences that they're gonna be like developing throughout this huge space. I don't know how many tens of thousands of square feet of space this place is, but I don't know. It's always cool to like see people try some new experimental thing, and it's, you know, how bad of an experience can it be? You know,
how bad of an experience?
Yeah, because I mean, there's a bar there, so.
What, the bar is the balm for all things bad?
It's the what?
It's the balm.
The balm?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know when you like scratch yourself or hurt yourself?
Oh, balm.
It's not a balm. The L is silent. It's a balm.
Balm?
Like,
I think B-O-M-B when you say bomb.
B-O-M-B. No, that's a bomb.
Bomb?
That's a bomb.
Okay. Anyway, yes, there's a bar there. So, I mean, if all else fails, you can just get some drinks and make it worth your while.
I mean, they did have... I'm still confused about what it is.
Yeah.
It's like Gold Spike, which if you haven't been to Gold Spike downtown Las Vegas, it's a bar and hotel, right? Well, the Gold Spike is just a bar with games. It's an adult playground.
Sure.
Essentially.
Yeah, like the oversized like beer pong and basically stuff like that.
And Jenga and cornhole. So they have that outside Area 15. And then inside is all this like AV or audiovisual experience light.
In my opinion, it's good to have a bar there, but alcohol might not be the right drug of choice for the entire experience.
Yeah, but what do you need a drug? So do you think the drug will make the enhance experience?
Yeah.
But then the experience is bad if you need a drug to make the experience better. So make the experience good.
It's tough to say so far.
Right. So I don't know if we should quite go to...
We can't give our official rating yet because half of it is probably not open yet. There's a lot more to come at Area 15.
Okay.
So we can't give our official Andrew and Busi rating.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of like EDC lighting. It just... not for me. I just don't like the strobe lighting type of effect. I'm just like, why? Just why? I think the all immersive audio visual with purpose is going to be cool. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Area 15.
We're gonna have to revisit Area 15 once everything is open and we can get the full experience. But it's free to go in, right? Is it always free to go in? It is.
At the moment, it's free. So you can go on their website and sign up for some free tickets. I think we had to wait a month to get our free tickets because it was already full, or a couple of weeks at least.
Okay.
So go on and sign yourself up and check out Area 15 if you are in Las Vegas.
I say check it out. It's worth it. There's a bar, like I said. Get yourself a couple of drinks and look around.
And leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of Area 15. All right. Shall we go to some listener feedback?
Let's do it.
YouTube comments.
Yes. First of all, thanks to everybody who clicked the thumbs up button on the previous video. 51 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down. Shout out to all you guys who clicked that thumbs up button.
So Stephen Mead had a question for you. Remember last week we spoke about insider secrets of the industry you're in?
Yes.
And Steven wants to know, is there an algorithm or something similar for what time you should release a video to get the most likes, or what you should put in the title of the video? I've always wondered. Oh, and no cricket, no F1, no rugby? What sports do Americans actually watch? LOL. Either way, they're missing out.
He must not be an American.
No.
Steven.
I think Steven is English.
Okay. Well, first question. Is there a time of day that is strategically best to upload? Generally, probably Monday morning, I think, is the most optimal time and day, because I think people tend to watch videos when they're most bored. And the problem, I mean, I don't know what this says about society again, but I think a lot of people watch videos at work.
So Monday morning is the time.
So yeah, Monday morning is the time. It's also like, weekday evenings tend to be a little bit like more chill than, say, weekends, when people are either traveling or they're doing things with family, or they are watching football on Sunday. So it seems like there's a lot of other distractions on the weekends. And if you release Monday morning, that gives the full week for people to watch. And then as people are watching, YouTube recommends it more often. So it's sort of like a snowball effect that can occur. Your second question was titles. That is an art form, is it not?
It is an art form. And
an
yes,
art form in clickbaitery.
I don't think titles need to be clickbaitery to be clicked on.
Yes,
I think
Yes, they do.
No, I disagree.
Okay. Tell me why.
I think it's just like reading a newspaper article. If the title sucks, you're not going to read that article. And that's why, like, the people who write the best headlines are gossip columns,
Yeah.
right? So those magazines are made up 90% of titles. Kanye West leaves Kim Kardashian West.
All right.
And if you have any interest in that,
And so,
then you click.
And so he was actually just leaving to go to the grocery store, perhaps?
Perhaps, or he went on a weekend away without her.
Sure.
But it's
is that?
just, so the title is the title's supposed to tell you what's in the video.
Right.
It's not just supposed to lie to you and say,
Well, I think there's a pretty big difference between clickbait and lying.
explain.
I mean, clickbait is just
Baiting.
it's highlighting something that either takes place in the video or is discussed in the video, and then sort of like you take a giant highlighter, like a bright yellow highlighter, and like, go over those words, and then add exclamation points at the end, usually. For example. So, it's something that's like, you're creating like hyperbole out of something that happened in the video.
So yes, titles are important, I guess, was Steve's question, right?
Yeah, but there's no like official way to, there's no like official words or whatever. No like official tips that you can give someone. It's just sort of like a way of capturing attention, because the thumbnail and the title are the two things that will drive the most clicks and the most views. So it's not just going to come from your subscribers. It's going to come from the related video section on YouTube. And so you got to get attention from people that way if you're going to play this game and if you care about the game of YouTube, which you may or may not.
Do you care about the game of YouTube?
I kind of go through cycles. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay, so shall we read? Jean-Francois says, on my first date, took my wife to this nice lounge, told her I rarely go there except for very special occasions. First thing bartender said to me, your usual? Thoughts on this?
I see. He got busted is what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Your usual?
Because
I mean, your usual means that it's not very special occasions that you're going there if
exactly.
you have a usual.
I didn't get that the first time I read this. So, Jean-Francois, trying to be smooth, and it didn't exactly work, did it?
It worked. She married him.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
But
so
it wasn't because of this, or was it?
what was the reason? Ask your wife, Jean-Francois, the reason she married you.
Well, I mean, maybe she found it cute that he was trying to be all like, trying to make her feel special and whatever, what have you. Or maybe he was just looking like he was full of shit. And she looked past that later on.
Yeah, she must have. He must have had some redeeming qualities besides that.
Yeah.
But
So when I was taking you out, did you like the taste of locations that I brought you to?
usually
Usually.
99% of the time.
When was it not?
I don't see very well. I wear glasses.
Okay.
So dive bars are not a place I particularly care for.
And why is that?
Because there's sometimes like sticky floors, sticky surfaces, and you just don't know what that is. You assume it's alcohol, like dried up vodka cranberry or something.
What dive bar did I take you to?
No, it wasn't Dino's. There was the one behind
Champagne's.
Champagne's.
Great spot. Highlighted it in a video in a vlog.
So
No, you weren't a fan of that one?
I don't like smells too. You know this.
I lost a couple points with Champagne's.
Yeah, but you redeemed yourself with all the other places.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that it has to be super fancy, but I don't like smells
You're just not a dive bar kind of girl.
because they usually have that like smell, you know.
I like all the bars. I like the nightclubs. I like the cheapest bar in town.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a thing with like it being an expensive or cheap bar. I just don't like smells.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if we can, and Champagne's, I think they used to smoke inside, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't make for like this very
They still do.
cozy, chill. It's kind of stressful.
Okay.
So
Understood. I will remove the dive bar date for next week.
And Jean-Francois shared a secret of his industry. He says, I work with nuclear power. Did you know that the nuclear power reactor operator is the highest paid blue-collar job in the U.S. with a median income of $100,000?
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
I don't even know what a nuclear power reactor. What is a nuclear power reactor? I'll have to Google it. Thank you for writing in or commenting on these videos.
Mm-hmm.
And if you'd like us to discuss a certain topic, write to us. hello@talspodcast.com or text us 702-690-9299, or you can call and leave us a voice message.
We're still waiting for the first person to leave a voice message.
I would love that.
Who's it going to be? Will it be Jean-Francois or will it be somebody else?
Jean-Francois is not allowed to leave me a voice message.
Somebody else then.
Yes, somebody else. Step up.
Okay, we'll see. Who's it going to be? Who will go down in history? Well, we did this once before, like a long time ago.
This is a new podcast.
This is a new reboot of the podcast. So, who will it be? The first person to join us, have their voice join us on this show.
Do you know that's a thing that's researched? How if you're sitting in a group of people and nobody talks, then nobody talks. But the minute one person starts to talk, that opens up
Okay.
dialogue or allows other people to talk.
Sure.
Because we need sort of
Yeah, I used to.
peer approval or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's sort of like how the mail on the couch thing used to work, right? So like when I would share people sending me something and share the thing that they sent, then more people would also be encouraged to send items to the P.O. box. Kind of similar. Maybe, maybe not. The way you're looking at me suggests not.
No, I'm just thinking about it. Why?
Okay.
So if two people are talking and they just make all the decisions and nobody challenges those decisions, there'll just be a general consensus apparently that, okay, yeah, this is the way we should go. But if there's like one or two dissenters, then more people feel safe to dissent. Why do you think that is?
Nobody wants to rock the boat in case they're wrong and they're made to look like a fool.
Why don't we want to look like fools?
Because we want to be loved and we fear that we might not be.
Fools aren't loved.
Nope. They're cast aside.
That's not true though.
You're right. We just worry that it might be true. Right? I think that's what it all comes down to.
What? Love? Being loved?
And sex. But yeah.
So if
feel
you're
like
sitting,
they might not get laid.
so if you're sitting in a meeting at work
Yes.
and somebody says something that you disagree with,
Right.
you're not going to say anything because eventually you want to get laid.
That's
Even
right.
if somebody that
That's what it all comes
the
back to.
person that you want to get laid by
Yeah.
is not even in that
I mean,
meeting.
imagine. Well, what if you lost your job over dissenting, and turns out you're an idiot, and they become aware that you're an idiot, and you get fired, and that's going to affect your chances of getting laid.
I think that's so sad. It's really so sad. And I think what is the word I'm looking for? I do that too sometimes. You know, I'll say in my head, bullshit, but not say it out loud.
Sure. Well, maybe you also don't want to hurt the person's feelings.
Yeah, but so many of our not hurting people's feelings causes us more problems.
Right. It's anti-confrontational thing. You just kick the can down the road.
And hoping somebody else will deal with it.
Yeah. Or it sorts itself out one way or another.
Let us know what you think about dissent. Do you dissent in groups? Because it's not just at work. You do it with your friends too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the best sushi restaurant. And you're like, bullshit. But you don't say anything.
Yeah, I sort of like maybe very mildly dissent when you cook something that isn't quite as good as all of the other things that you cook. But you got to have tact, you know? Otherwise.
Yeah, but that's not something.
You know what happens.
You can just cook something that you want to eat.
Right.
Do you know? Like if I enjoy it.
I could order a Detroit style pizza.
Sure.
Like
I dissent very loudly about Detroit style pizza.
Yes, you do.
So
it's kind of sad. Because boy, is that style good.
All right. I think this is going off the rails.
Okay.
So if you like this podcast, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is now video of the Tells podcast on youtube.com/Andrew and Busi, spelled Busi. Share it with your friends. Give us a thumbs up on the video.
Appreciate it.
All right.
That's about it for this week.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.